Hello friends, my name is Shelley Wilson and it is my joy to welcome you to this online service of worship on behalf of the congregations of Trinity United Church of Christ in St. Petersburg and Church of the Isles United Church of Christ in Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. We're so glad that you have joined us for this service of worship, and I want to let you know that no matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, no matter what your path is at this moment, you are welcome here. You are welcome with us. Today is All Saints' Day, a day in which we remember those who have gone before us. And in this particularly painful and challenging year of COVID-19, racial unrest and challenges to all of society, loss of jobs, and a myriad of difficulties, there is also the beauty and the blessing of remembering those who have been a blessed presence in our lives, the people who have helped to form us and who have gone before us and whose dear presence we miss this year. Even if they did not die this year, we miss them every year. They are continuing to be in our hearts and in our lives. At the end of this service, we will have a few moments to remember those who have died in our two congregations during this past year. But as I have just said, we will remember in our hearts all of those around the world who have died, who have gone on before us, and whose dear memories are celebrated by those who love them. I want to share a couple of announcements with you. Our state, along with so many other states in this country, is experiencing an uptick of COVID-19, and so we continue to worship online. We are going to attempt, at least the plan at this moment as I am recording this, the plan is for us to attempt a couple of outdoor events. We have had these before for both of our churches, and we will be doing that next Sunday, November 8th, for our two churches. We will probably be outdoors for both churches. Possibly we will be indoors for Church of the Isles. Our two congregations worship at 9 at Church of the Isles and 11 a.m. for both, 11 a.m. for Trinity in the morning, both of those. We hope that if you live in our areas that you will join us for worship. Trinity will be gathering at Jungle Prada Park in St. Petersburg at 11 a.m. and Church of the Isles here at the church campus at 9 a.m. on November 8th. There will be updates on our website, both churches' websites. We will also have email updates for those of you who are congregation members and who receive our weekly email updates as the situation changes. I know it's confusing and it's difficult, but these are the times, right, in which we're living. Please know that for both events, it is required for all of us to observe social distancing and to wear a mask, and we encourage you to make a decision about that in your own life, whether or not that is something with which you can comply. And if you can't, if it's problematic for you for whatever reason, we will continue to have online worship, and you'll be able to continue in this way. If you have been worshiping with us online already, know that you will be able to do that going forward. And we welcome you, and we're glad that you have joined us for worship today. We look forward to a time when we can gather together in person once again. I want to also invite you to join with me in some prayer concerns at the moment, and just remember some people in our congregations who are experiencing challenges in their lives. Please remember Claire H., who is recovering from a broken back after a fall. Please remember Larry K. and Jan K., who continue to be at home with COVID-19 and their after effects. Please remember Susan A., who is Diane G.U.'s cousin. Susan was in a very critical car accident and remains in very critical condition. Please hold her and her family in your loving prayers. Diane G.U. will be having surgery tomorrow is recovering from surgery that took place last week. Please remember her in prayers as she is recovering from the surgery and also will be undergoing treatments after her surgery recovery is completed. Please remember Gina S., who is recovering from an infection that happened to a knee replacement surgery. Please remember her in prayers. Remember Martin, who is the brother-in-law of Eleanor R.B. Please remember Martin in prayers. He lives with multiple kinds of cancer and also grief after the death of his wife this year. Please remember Marla's sister, Ruth Jamila, who is Jan and Mark's friend. Both of them, Ruth and Jamila, have cancer and multiple other health concerns. Please hold them in heart and in prayers, as well as all those around the world who are grieving and who have lost jobs and loved ones from COVID-19. I invite you to join me in prayers. Loving Spirit, God of life, God of death, God of life eternal, hold us and all of your children, all of your creation, in your loving arms this day as we remember those who have gone before us. We ask for sustenance and courage, peace and healing for these persons whose names we have spoken aloud, and for many other concerns that weigh upon our hearts and concerns that are known deeply to you and are held in your loving gaze. O God, we ask for healing for our world, for peace and for justice for those who have been hurt, and ask that you would make us instruments of peace and goodness in your world. Amen. I invite you now to join us in this service of worship. You are very welcome to this place, and we commend this time of worship to you now. And I begin our time of worship with this beautiful call to worship by Ha Levi. It was written sometime in the 1100s, and it is a beautiful reading. "'Tis a fearful thing to love what death can touch, a fearful thing to love, to hope, to dream, to be, and oh, to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me. Your laugh once lifted me, your word was gift to me. To remember your life brings painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched. As you love what death has touched, may you remember all of those with joy, with blessing, and with peace. Welcome to worship.